Hi everyone, it's Phil from Phil on Gold here again. I wanted to take some time to show you a couple of jewellery techniques. Well, just follow along. So, over to the bench. I don't often do repairs. Let me just put my specs on. But I have a really nice client who wanted me to do something for her. This is a silver bangle, and these things float around the outside, a bit like a worry ring or something like that. And you can see here there's something missing. There was a bobble on there. In fact, what was on there was a black pearl. Just so happens I have a black pearl. Let me just go and find it. Oh, it's here. I put it on the bench. Okay. So, this is the black pearl. And I'm going to make it so it can go onto this bangle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of wire, which is the right diameter. This is 0.8 of a millimeter, okay? And I'm going to form a little head on it. If you remember on previous videos, if we can just zoom across here, I cast up these little gold balls by use of heat. Well, by use of a different heating technique, I'm going to make a little ball on the end, I hope. So, follow me along and we'll have a go. So, in here is flux. You might remember flux from the last time. It just helps the oxidization not to happen around the solder joint or the heating, because it gets up to, hang on a minute, I don't know if my gas is on. So organized. It just proves it's live. So anyway, here we go again. I'm going to try and bring the light down a little. Okay. So I'm going to try and cast a little ball on the end here. So I'm going to dip that just a little bit in the flux. And then I'm going to heat it. Can you see the metal's getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and... Right, can you see? Created a little bead on the end. Yeah? So I'll put my torch back and I'll just dip it in the pickle for now. It saves a lot of messing about, doesn't it? Okay. Sorry if my arm's across the camera. Okay. So, can you see? That's silver in its semi-polished state, and this has what they call oxidized. The oxygen in the air has burnt out due to the heat that it created, that I created, to try and get this little bobble on the end. And it didn't go into the pickle quick enough. So what I'm going to do very quickly is just warm this up and put it back in the pickle. Get things ready. And there we are. So can you see? All that black's gone. Due to the pickling process. I'll show you. Okay. There we are. Little silver ball. So what I'm going to do now, previously, I drilled a hole in this here black pearl. There's a hole up through the middle. I'm going to thread that through, like that. And that now is suspended on that piece of wire. And what I shall do is I shall work out the distance that I need just to turn a little circle, and it can go on back on here. But it's a little bit of a process, so I might do that off camera. Actually, no. I'll try and do it now. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Okay, so I've got to guesstimate the length. The stone will come to about there. These are called side cutters. I showed you some end cutters one of the times before. These are end cutters because they cut the end. And these are side cutters because you can cut them from the side. Voila. Okay, so we have this now, and we will, put that on there. And if I've got my distances right, I should have enough just to turn a little circle. So gently, 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 gently. I think it's too short, actually. Yep, it's too short. So we're going to have to do it again. No problem at all. Okay. So with a bit more haste this time. Dip it in the flux a little bit. Get some fire. Take that away. Ooh, that's a nice one. A little bit bigger this time. Just dry it off. I'll be back with you a sec. Actually, it's not so nice. This is no good at all. Can you see there's all sorts of porosity in there? Horrible, horrible. So we'll have another go. Have another go. I'm going to have to get rid of the light, sorry. Can't see what I'm doing. That's a nice one. I just really want the ball big enough to not go through the hole in the pearl that I made. Okay, let's try again. It's all trial and error, is jewellery. We very rarely use any form of measuring tool. It's all done by the rack of the eye, as I say. I think it's a Yorkshire expression, actually, rack of the eye. Not sure. Just trying to orientate this so I can... Right. Bring back some light. There we are. So I've got to make a little circle on the top of this. I'm going to do it a different way. If I can get my tools out, I will anyway. Okay, so let's go round, round, round. Okay, that's the kind of thing I want. And I've just got to cut this off nicely, file it up. Okay. Right. I think that's okay. Here we are. Can we see? Can you see? So that'll all get cleaned up and polished up. And then somehow I will make it go on there like that. Okay? So till next time, bye-bye.